world unlike any other. Earth is the only planet known to possess life and provide life not only to humans, but also a home for millions to billions of living species that exist. Moreover, anthropogenic is a result of the influence of human activities in the nature. Since the Industrial Revolution, the human population is rapidly increasing and the human activities continues to grow, resulting in the changes of the physical environment. We humans share our planet with plants and animals. Both plants and animals are essential for the continuity of human life. Therefore, human as biological species exist in symbiotic relation with both plants and animals. Plant life is the basis of life occurring within an ecosystem. Flora is the name given to the collective plant life. Flora, in general term, is defined as for the plants of an area or in a period of time.
The world has been greatly challenged by the worsening pollution causing consequences that have already damaged the environment, including the most vital component for all the advanced life forms, the flora. Flora is considered the building block of all the food chains essential to animals and human species, which play the role of recycling matter in the biogeochemical cycles. Biogeochemical cycles are the natural pathways of chemical substances which cycle the Earth's biotic and abiotic compartments. The sulfur cycle is essential for plant life and animals dependent on plants, with 4 steps known as mineralization, oxidation, reduction, and incorporation. This cycle is vital to flora as sulfur is essential for chlorophyll production. Another biogeochemical cycle is a nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen cycle converts nitrogen to different chemical forms circulating within the ecosystems. The essential processes of this cycle include nitrogen fixation, nitrification, assimilation, ammonification, and denitrification. The nitrogen cycle producing nitrogen-based compounds is beneficial for plants and algae tissues, creating chlorophyll for the plant's food production and growth. Indeed, the biogeochemical cycles, both nitrogen and sulfur cycles, have notable roles in plant life. Humans should have enough knowledge to these cycles for everyone to know how they can significantly contribute to the better future of the contemporary world of flora.
Potential effects on plants and other organisms due to decrease in human activity is a bit speculative right now. However, based on current knowledge, these effects that may be occurring likely positive human impacts on the environment. Nitrogen dioxide levels are decreasing due to significant less vehicle traffic. The addition of soil nitrogen benefits some plants more than others, potential altering competitive outcomes. This is a significant takeaway. These temporary effects in the environment show that individual and collective actions can make a big impact on the environment for the good. Humans can have positive impact on the environment by letting our surroundings rest from us. This should encourage long-term actions and policies because this will make an even bigger and more significant impact.
Every species needs the natural resources that this planet Earth offers. The main reason every creature affects one another is because of the competition in acquiring these resources. For instance, humans have negatively affected plants because both require space and the environment, which humans have overused in their daily activities. This reason has caused habitat destruction, extinction, and fragmentation of plant species. Other reasons like plant poaching, overconsumption of plant products, and other similar activities have also contributed to the disturbance of plants.
Epigenetics is defined as the study of gene changes caused by environmental stress. Unlike ourselves, plants remain stable in their environment. Thus, they have developed great phenotypic flexibility, responding to ecological challenges, including lack of water and sunlight. Problems brought by the invasive species and 2 cycles. Invasive species harm our environment, particularly plants. This covers foreign organisms and plants. Invasive species are creatures that move into a new environment and alter it. Too much nitrogen causes plant burning, fading, and death. And too much sulfur can cause significant plant health issues and loss of vigor. Effects of having no flora to humans. What would the world be like without plants? Food, clean air, and life would be wiped out. The majority of the food we consume is produced by plants, as well as virtually all of the air we inhale. Clean air, clean water, and healthy food are the 3 most fundamental human needs. All of these organisms are linked to plant life as well. A byproduct of human and animal metabolism, carbon dioxide is produced. Plants, on the other hand, exhibit the polar opposite behavior. Because plants provide oxygen, people will be unable to live without them. It's difficult to conceive a world without plants for anything that's alive. If the Earth's green vegetation is completely eliminated, then all herbivores and carnivores would die.
Invasive species. Invasive species is significantly disrupting the ecosystem it colonizes, an organism not native to a particular location and capable of plant extinctions and diminishing biodiversity. Types of the species that are related to flora and its effect. Kudzu and water hyacinth is a fast-growing plant in the wild that prevents other plants from receiving sunlight and kills mature plants, altering the ecosystem structure. Sulfur and nitrogen effects in flora, advantage and disadvantage. Sulfur is a secondary micronutrient for plants and it is utilized to incorporate nitrogen nitrogen into proteins and produce chlorophyll and other enzymes. Disadvantage: toxicity in plants is unusual, but high concentration may increase salts in hydroponic system, causing plants to have dark colored. Nitrogen advantage: nitrogen can assist us in growing healthy crops and protecting the environment. Disadvantage: plants that absorb a lot of nitrogen from the soil may damage those who consume them in extreme circumstances, creating too much biomass.
At home, we must not discard hazardous substances down the drain. Substances such as paint thinners and other chemicals pollute water and land, which can impact flora. Not only chemicals, but also pet waste. It must be left out of the drain since these contain threatening bacteria and viruses to flora. It is also a good idea to make a backyard composter for your food waste, such as vegetables, fruits, and coffee grounds. These are beneficial for vegetable gardens. In our neighborhood parks, invasive weeds must be removed. Planting native trees endemic to your area can also be beneficial, and they are our best natural defense against invasive species. On the other hand, if you travel to places such as going abroad, it is better to leave plants where you found them. Excess nitrogen in the soil can lead to insect infestations and diseases while reducing the strength of the stems. To remove excess nitrogen, applying mulch in your soil, such as sawdust, is a great option. Next, sulfur deficiency on the flip side can also be a problem and are common in cold and sandy soils, and usually occurs in areas with heavy rainfall or pollution. This could lead to chlorosis, which can affect the plant's leaves and can lead to delayed maturity, as well as stunted growth. To mitigate this, the soil must have good drainage. Adjust your plants if need be, or build a raised bed for it. Keep in mind to ensure that plants are watered only when required. If symptoms appear early during the season, use clocks to warm the soil.
Are we invasive? No, we are not. We human beings came up with the term invasive species to describe creatures that we have introduced into an environment, either knowingly or accidentally, and have caused harm to other species. We designate species as invasive with the intention of eliminating them from a foreign environment. However, we cannot extinguish ourselves solely because we have harmed the environment, particularly the plant life. Even if we are not on the list of invasive species, we are still responsible for the damage we cause to vegetation. If we humans continue to destroy the Earth's limited quantity of plant life in harmful ways, we will soon be seen as the ultimate invaders. It is our responsibility to look after it so that people of the future will have sufficient resources. We must remember that we cannot live without plants in our lives. Let us work together to protect, preserve, and conserve the environment.